Jay Slater, a British teenager that went missing in Tenerife.
Well, he sounded distressed, to be honest.
It's important if we are able to find him, you know.
A story that captured the headlines and sparked conspiracy theories.
Seen something, somebody knows where he is, you know, somebody may be keeping him.
There is no doubt an underworld here. That is a line of inquiry.
I want my baby back.
How has that young man disappeared into thin air?
But after 29 days, the search for Jay Slater has come to a tragic end. Tenerife, one of the Canary Islands that is popular with British tourists. Famous for its beautiful and rugged terrain, but also its nightlife and party scene. This is what attracted young Brit Jay Slater from Lancashire and a group of his friends to the area of Playa de las Americas, which was hosting the NRG Music Festival, a busy coastal town packed with bars and clubs. On Sunday the 16th of June, Jay and his friends were at the Papagayo nightclub. Two of his friends, Brad and Lucy, left early, and Jay then stayed out and travelled with two people in a car to an Airbnb in the secluded village of Masca. This was nearly 30 kilometres away. Jay stayed at the property overnight, and whilst there sent two Snapchat images confirming his location in the village. His Snapchat location also provided his whereabouts, hours away from Playa de las Americas. Of the two men staying at the property, one of them was convicted drug dealer Ayub Qasim, and one of the last people that saw the British teenager alive. At 8 AM on the Monday morning, local Ophelia Medina Hernandez was the last person to speak to Jay after he left the Airbnb. She told him that the bus that would take him back towards his accommodation was due at around 10 AM. Jay, however, would tell her that he will walk instead, and she later drives past him as he is walking fast. Jay was now alone and seemingly unaware that the trek would likely take 11 hours. At 8:15 AM, Jay calls his friend Lucy Law, where he tells her that he has got lost and only has 1% of phone battery left. Lucy revealed that he told her that he was hungry, thirsty, and he had cut his leg on a cactus. At 8:50 AM, phone data reveals his last known location, the rural Deteno Park, a mountainous area popular with hikers. Shortly after this, at 9:04 AM, he is reported missing to police, and the search operation begins. Jay Slater's mother, Debbie Duncan, and his brother Zach Slater arrive in Tenerife to help with the search. Jay's mother described his disappearance as an absolute living nightmare.
But there's civilization and it's a tourist national park. Somebody must have seen something. Somebody knows where he is. You know, somebody may be keeping him against his will. I don't know. There's all sorts going on in my head, honestly. It's just awful. I don't wish this on anybody. I just want my baby back.
In the following days, the interest in missing Jay Slater was enormous, similar to when Nicola Bulley went missing in 2023, and more recently, Michael Mosley's disappearance on the island of Simi. Both cases ended with bodies being recovered. Similarly again, the internet was rife with theories about what could have happened to Jay, with one Facebook group, managed by those close to him, amassing over 600,000 followers. As the police conducted their search in the area of Masca, a few days passed with no updates. Then, on Thursday the 20th of June, a GoFundMe page entitled Get Jay Slater Home is launched to help raise money for Jay's family to help look for him whilst in Tenerife. To date, the page has raised nearly £60,000. After a week of searching, Jay Slater's family released a CCTV snapshot. Taken in the area of Santiago del Teide at around 6 PM on Monday, this image was captured nearly 10 hours after Jay was last seen in Masca, less than 4 miles away. The CCTV triggered a fervent campaign by his family, displaying his image and pleading with locals for any recollection that might reveal his whereabouts. At the same time, private investigator and former police officer Mark Williams Thomas travels to the island to help in the search and investigation. Working independently, he vows to get to the bottom of the case within 3 days. And after 48 hours on the island, Williams Thomas speaks to the media and signals that the Tenerife underworld is a line of inquiry.
I have received information. There is no doubt an underworld here. There is an undercurrent here. There is a big drugs fraternity. I can't tell you at the moment whether that has an impact. I've only been here for less than 48 hours. But what I can tell you is the information I currently have, and the family have shared everything with me, and I've got lots of messages, lots of WhatsApp chats and everything. That is a line of inquiry.
On Thursday, the 27th of June, Jay's mother, Debbie, revealed she asked GoFundMe if they could withdraw some of the then £36,000 raised on the online fundraiser. The fund would go on to be used to help supply equipment, essentials and accommodation to volunteers searching for Jay. That weekend, on Saturday the 29th of June, after a public appeal for help, between 30 and 40 volunteers and rescue workers joined the search to cover as much of the hilly terrain as possible where Jay could possibly be.
It's important if we are able to find him, you know, because this is, I think about the family and so they must be very anxious, you know, and very nervous, and if I can give a hand, that will help.
The search, however, brings no results, and the following day, 2 weeks after Jay attended the NRG Music Festival, Spanish police called off the search and state they will follow up any new leads if they emerge in the future. Local police also confirmed that the two men that stayed at the Airbnb are not relevant to the investigation, and that there is no indication Mr. Slater has been the victim of a crime. As 3 weeks pass, the Civil Guard says the Slater family is welcome to employ their own search teams. This came after days where members of the public and also TikTokers with large followings were on scene helping look for Jay. On July the 12th, nearly 4 weeks since Jay went missing, private investigator Mark Williams Thomas shares a new update where he reveals that he has passed on significant new intelligence to Spanish and British police. Although he does not reveal what the information is, he goes on to state that he believes Jay is most likely in the mountainous region near to where his phone's last GPS ping is located, close to Masca. Days later, on the 15th of July, the Civil Guard issues a statement confirming they have found human remains. Their statement said, "After 29 constant days of searching, the lifeless body of a young man has been found in the Masca area. The discovery has been possible thanks to the tireless and discreet search carried out by the Civil Guard over these 29 days. Everything is pointing to the body being that of the young British man who disappeared on June 17th, pending full identification. Initial inquiries are pointing to him having suffered an accident/fall in the area where he was found." The 29-day search for the apprentice bricklayer, Jay Slater, came to an end. A helicopter was called in to recover his body. Tenerife officials have since said the body recovered near the spot where Jay Slater went missing was very deteriorated, but they say documentation the dead man was carrying was the teenager's and everything is pointing to an accidental fall. Formal identification of the body has now taken place, and confirmation the remains are those of missing Brit Jay Slater. In a statement, Jay Slater's mother, Debbie Duncan, said, "I just can't believe this could happen to my beautiful boy. Our hearts are broken." On Tuesday, a spokesperson confirmed that fingerprints examined in a post-mortem had confirmed that the remains were those of the missing teen. Announcing the positive ID, the High Court of Justice of the Canary Islands said in a statement that the death was caused by trauma consistent with a fall in a rocky area.